Hello, troopers, and welcome back to the 501st Contact. I'm Will. I'm joined by my wonderful co-host.
I'm Chloe.
How are you guys? Hope you are doing well. Another week, another episode.
Mhm. Well, our last episode was Tuesday, but we didn't actually do one last week, so technically that was like last week's episode. But yeah,
technically, but yeah, we're here. Yeah. It was a bit of a. We decided to go for the Separatists today, but we were a bit unsure who to do.
Something a bit different, because I think we talk a lot about the prequels in regards to the Republic, so all the clone troopers and all the Jedis and stuff, but we don't talk much about the Separatists. I know we've done I think one episode on the droids, but
I'm sure we've mentioned.
I'm sure we talked about General Grievous and stuff before, but we thought
some new gunray and that.
We thought today we would talk about What Tambor. I can't. That name won't stick in my head for some reason.
Tambor.
I just see him as the metal guy that has the little turny thing on.
Yes, the little dials.
He has a weird voice, and he was really mean to Echo, so I don't like him. But anyway, who likes the Separatists? I don't think anyone does. But anyway, I'm going to be doing Count Dooku because I think when you think of the Separatists, he's the first one that comes in my head.
True.
Really. Him and General Grievous.
And Montgomery.
Yeah.
So shout out Newt. We're not talking about you today, mate.
To be fair, I'm sure one of the first shots you see of the Phantom Menace is Newt Gunray, so
true.
Totally respect that. We don't really have any more announcements because there was a few on Tuesday, but there's not been any more this week that we have seen.
But there is a but.
But we've got some personal news.
Oh, I thought you were going to say about Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought you were.
No.
Well, that's where you were going with that.
Well, we can talk about the things that we've bought.
We can as well.
That have arrived this week. But also, yes, Tuesday there is a Hasbro Pulse live stream. If you guys haven't seen any of the Hasbro live streams before, basically on their YouTube channel, they have a live stream where they talk about all the new products. It'd be vintage collection, the Black series, and they go into the helmets.
So the last one that they did is when they announced the 501st Revenge of the Sith figure, 501st helmet, the vintage collection for the Imperial Trooper, the Andor Black series figures, the Revenge of the Sith figures. I think
there was some Cantina sort of figures as well from the vintage collection. But
Pondu
anyway,
Baba.
They're really cool live streams to watch because it's nice to know what is coming to shops soon and what things we're going to buy.
Yes.
I hope
they keep saying there's a special guest in this one though, so it's just quite interesting. So we don't know who it is, but obviously it's someone to do with Star Wars. So
maybe it'll be someone from Revenge of the Sith because it is the 20th anniversary, but it could be someone from Force Awakens as well because it is the 50th.
Yeah.
Personally, I hope it's Revenge of the Sith. But anyway.
Well, I think as well, it could even be Dave Filoni or John Favreau,
Yeah.
But yeah, so I reckon with some of the leaks of figures that we've seen head sculpts for, I think in this one we're going to see. Now this will be quite interesting because if I get this right, we can talk about it on the next episode and be like, I did say we're going to get these ones. So ones I think we're going to get the double pack of Palpatine and Mace Windu during the fight in Revenge of the Sith. Because there's the evil sort of Palpatine, unlimited power, face sculpt. So, and there's also a Mace Windu. So we're getting that as a double set, I reckon.
Mace
Windu, out the window.
He went out the window.
There's going to be, I reckon, Cal from Jedi Survivor.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing the sculpt of that. Someone leaked it.
So there's going to be that one. I think it's going to get announced.
Mhm.
I think we're going to get. Did they do like a Merrin as well from Survivor? I think they showed like a jacket.
I think.
So we're going to get a Merrin. We're going to get a cow from Jedi Survivor. We're going to get, like I said, Mace and Palpatine double pack. We're probably going to get a Kenobi Revenge of the Sith because we have seen the head sculpt for that.
But that head sculpt could possibly be the one, the 2-pack where he's like him and the 212 troopers.
Yes, but that was the clone. That was the Clone Wars hair. This is the Revenge of the Sith hair that we've seen.
Wow.
So there's those ones. I reckon we're going to get those ones announced, which would be quite cool.
That would be cool.
Any others that I think they might do? I think that's the only ones of the head sculpts I can remember.
Maybe we will see.
Or there might be an Anakin Revenge of the Sith, but
yeah, that would be cool.
That one might be announced at like Celebration or something.
Maybe we'll see more of like the bubble packaging ones, because I've heard of there is actually a Count Dooku that's
he was announced.
Yeah, but I don't think he's been on a live stream yet.
No, he was on the last one. Because on the last one, they did Kit Fisto, R2-D2, Count Dooku, and the 501st Trooper.
Mm-hmm.
So they have done those ones. But yeah, so there's some cool ones. Cool. And there's obviously ones that we haven't announced. You know, again, all the ones we just said are from leaks that we've seen, so they might not even be announced tomorrow or Tuesday.
Maybe there'll be like a Coruscant guard. That would be cool.
That'd be quite cool.
Because if you think, like in Revenge of the Sith,
the
Coruscant guards, they're like always with Palpatine, aren't they? Like when he goes to Mustafar and there's like the Coruscant guards around him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That would be quite cool. That would be cool.
Because I'm just thinking, what could they put in the bubble packaging? But I'm sure there was like an older.
I'm pretty sure there was a Coruscant guard figure. I think Commander Bly's meant to get a bubble pack.
Ooh,
apparently.
Maybe an Ayla Secura?
Possibly.
Maybe a Padme. Maybe like pregnant Padme.
There's a lot they can do, isn't there? There's so many characters.
Yes.
Should we move on to our collection?
Yes. So speaking of Black Series, we do have one. If you've seen our Instagram, then you'd already know what's coming. But we have Commander Cody, and he did come in that like Revenge of the Sith packaging as well. He's so cool, and he's got the little Palpatine hologram.
Yeah, look at that. He does look so cool, doesn't he?
We sort of did like a recreation of the.
Of course, you're going to do the recreation of it because, I mean, he does come with the blaster, and I was like, should I put the blaster in his hand? But then I was like, yeah, but we don't like for this moment.
Yeah,
we want him to. But it was so good, I had to put it on my phone.
Okay. So
here is the picture.
This is what we posted on our Instagram.
Like I was so pleased with this.
Yeah.
Because it is literally like because you did the post and you were like the comparison. I was like, that is actually a lot closer than I realised. I mean, it might be a little bit lower down, I think, but like.
I mean, there's only so much you can bend the figures to look in a certain position. I will say as well that putting that little hologram figure is so hard.
It's so hard. It came out and I was like, argh!
You've got to like bend his fingers back to put the hologram in.
So I don't really want to touch it.
Yeah.
He's in there now. He's doing Order 66 for eternity.
Yes.
But yeah, I thought I'd show that one.
Yeah. It was very cool.
But yeah, so that was that one. The packaging was really nice as well, wasn't it? Because like I said to you, I was like,
for sure.
Looking at it when I opened the box, I was like, I feel like a kid again.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've got this. I grew up with these.
Mm-hmm.
But the Funkos that we mentioned have arrived.
Mm-hmm.
We have
also, I just to say about the box. It is like the old ones where you basically got to rack the box to get the figure out.
Yes.
So like I was trying to open it from the bottom to like make the box stay looking nice, because it is a really nice box, but we had to rip
Yeah, unfortunately, it is annoying. But
the
like
bubble
we have taken a picture
to get it out.
of it in the box, so it's like you
Yes.
can see what it's like.
So that is on the same post on our Instagram as well. So if you
Yeah.
have a look at that, Five First Com Chat Instagram,
You'll see
you
the
can see
packaging.
all our figures and stuff there.
Yeah.
And you can
you
see
were
the
a bit
side by
annoyed of the
side.
box, weren't you?
Yeah, because I really like the box, and I feel like it's ready for the bin now because
True.
it's just.
And we were
ripped.
careful with it, weren't we?
I know, I was really trying, but can't have it all, I guess.
No. But something that is in a nice, simple box.
Yes, the Funkos.
So we got 3.
Now these we haven't actually posted on
No,
the Instagram
but
yet
we will be doing that in
because
the next couple
they've only just came. But
so should we
very
start
nice.
off with Neil Nation?
Yes.
He does look really
This
cool,
is
to be
the Skeleton Crew Neil Funko. It's not new. It's been out for a little
fair.
while.
It's just been hard to get hold of.
It's like been sold out everywhere. We went to multiple shops and they were like, no, we don't have any left.
It's like they have everyone else, but then like, you know, going places like Asda.
I was like, do you have the Star Wars character that looks like a blue elephant? Because if you say Neil, then like if anyone that doesn't really know Star Wars, they're gonna be like, what?
He is very cool, and it's fine. It's nice to finally get him. Just like I was about to say, we went to Asda and they had like every other one apart from
they
Neil.
had George, they had Fern, they had KB, they didn't have Neil.
But he is very cute. And Neil Nation, we finally got our Neil Funko. Very cool.
He's the only Skeleton Crew Funko we wanted because
he's
just so cute.
And I love Neil
Love
in the
him.
show. He's so innocent. Going from innocent to dark, we have the Darth Vader Revenge of the Sith special. So he's got the little Funko.
He's like
shiny
on the table.
Yeah, so I'll show you that one because that's the best like way you can sort of see him.
It's basically from episode 3 when he's like fresh Vader and the table comes up and then he's like, where is Padme?
But yeah, as you can see, like it's quite detailed. You can't really see it in the box, but like you can see he is on the table and the table is like on the base. But it does look really cool, and we said, it was such an iconic scene, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I think he's really cool.
And it's like my favourite Vader as well, because I mean, you guys that know Vader all know he's different in every movie.
Yes.
But this one, he just
I think the
looks
funny
like
thing is, though, because it's like the Funko, like it is the same as all the other Vaders.
like all the Vader Funkos look exactly the same. They all got the red eyes. And...
But you can change that.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
But still looks very cool.
Probably moving on. Now, I don't really have favourites out of these 3 because I love them all. But the 5s.
So this is the Clone Trooper 5's retro Funko Pop. Now, usually we're not one for the retro series, are we? But we had to get 5s because...
Of course.
It's the 501st, and he does actually look really cool.
Yeah, his colour scheme isn't far off. I mean, his body is pretty much like a normal Funko. It's just the details on the face. So he's got like a bit of like shadow in and like
bit of blue,
bit of glaze over the like reflection. But I think he looks cool, and he's going to go with Rex there. So yeah, really
very
cool. But yeah, so that is our new additions to our collection. I'm very happy. And apparently this week coming, the 501st helmet is shipping. So that'd be very cool.
So I think it'll probably be in stores very soon as well. So,
but I will admit, the thing that I love about it is the price. So when I bought the regular trooper, Will the Clone Trooper, as we call him. If
you see on our TikToks about Will the Clone Trooper, then you'll know.
Yes. I believe it cost me about 130 quid,
Mm-hmm.
and the Rex one cost me like 126, I think, because I know it was cheaper than Forbidden Planet or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that one. But then this one, 501st helmet, how much? Going by the other prices.
I was going to say about 129.
104.
Oh.
So it's like really, I know it's still a lot, but like that is really cheap compared
Do you
to
know
the
what
others.
I think though? I think it's probably because the other ones we got from actual shops and they tend to put the price up a bit.
But I would have thought it would have been more coming from Hasbro Pulse.
Yeah.
Because we did get it from, because I was like, I'm going to get this from Hasbro Pulse. I know it's legit. I know that when it comes here, it's proper Hasbro
And also,
Pulse.
you pre-ordered it, so we know we're going to be one of the first ones to ever get our hands on the helmet.
Yep.
Even before it comes out in stores, so...
Well, yes. And I will be doing... there will be a lot more Will the Clone Trooper.
Will the Clone Trooper.
Will the 501st Clone Trooper.
An upgrade and become one of the 501st. But...
Can't wait. I've already got some ideas. Got some ideas in my head already.
If you've got TikTok, check out the TikToks, because there's some more to come.
I love Will the Clone Trooper.
Yeah.
I believe that is it for new releases and stuff that we've got. Like I said, next episode we will be talking a lot more because there is the Hasbro Pulse live stream to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see a lot more vintage collection Black Series figures.
Maybe a new helmet.
Commander War. You don't want to see that because you know as soon as you see it, you ain't going to hear the end of it, and you know I'm going to buy it. So,
yeah.
Do you really want to see a Commander Wolf helmet? Do you really want to hear
Maybe
me every
not.
day?
I mean, we bought a lot recently. So.
But it's Commander Wolf helmet. And I did say...
You had a dream about a Commander Wolf helmet.
That I was doing an episode with you right here, and I was like, had the helmet.
Holding the helmet. And it was like it was real life, he said. So...
Well,
I bet you woke up and you checked Hasbro just to check it was...
I did.
Just check it was real.
I'd got up and I was like on my phone like Commander Wolf Black Series helmet.
No.
And then I was coming across ones that people made.
Like custom ones. Yeah.
But yeah, so
maybe one day.
This week. Tuesday. At 11 o'clock Eastern time in America. So I don't know what time that is. I think that's afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you guys happen to not watch the live stream, then you can come here on our next episode and we'll go through all the new products and figures and exciting things and let you know what we think and if we're buying any.
Yes, and yes. Right, so we move on to today's episode.
Yeah.
So we're talking about two of the Separatists leaders. So we'll probably do another one of these. We can talk about the other two major ones because we're doing two this week. So we could do another two.
Yeah, I think this could probably be a little mini series where we every week pick a Separatist person or leader.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, I thought if we do Count Dooku and Wat Tambor this week, we could do Newt Gunray and Pogo de Lesser for the next one. Maybe. So there's the other two main ones, and then there's this weird guy who's really. He looks
like Yak Face.
And then he looks like he's typing away on.
There's the Banking Clan one as well.
The Banking Clan
will sign your treaty.
The Scipios.
Yep. There's a lot that we could do from this.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll have a look. Maybe we'll do Rush Clovis.
If we're doing Rush Clovis, You get to talk about him
Okay.
because you love him so much.
I definitely don't.
She loves him more than Anakin.
No, I like the drama. Okay. I like watching.
She's the drama llama.
I like watching the Clovis arc because it's funny seeing Anakin just beat him up.
Can I say, I don't know how she did it, right? But this was this was amazing, right? So the other week we were like, oh, we're gonna watch a little bit more Clone Wars, you know,
because we started it from the beginning. So
Yeah.
we
we were going through
we
it.
watched the film, and then we're going through all the episodes. And
Yeah. So a couple of weeks ago, we got to a point where like there were some episodes, and I can't remember what arcs it was. But then she sat there and she's like, can we like skip it to the Clovis arc? So I got my little episode list up, and I was
to
like,
see what the next one was.
I was like, you're never going to believe this. The next one is the first Rush Clovis arc. She somehow predicted it.
It's the one where like he goes away with Padme, and then she ends up getting poisoned. And she takes,
The plans
like the
for the
plans
factory.
from the table, and
The password,
was Padme. Yeah. No, but then she ends up like getting sick, and then Anakin goes up to the room, and he's like, we gotta like save her. We gotta take her out of her. Anyway, this is not what the episode's about, but I love Anakin and Padme. Okay, I want them to be happy, and it's just funny because it's like, what are you doing, Clovis? He's your ex-boyfriend.
I was thinking maybe I should get you like as a joke, like a Rush Clovis like
T-shirt.
T-shirt.
No.
Imagine if they did a Funko.
No.
But like, here's
I'd
your new
throw it back at you. You're like, I don't want that.
I don't want
that for my birthday.
It's like, well, you can actually beat this one up.
Just turn his head backwards. No, I don't actually think there is a Rush Clovis figure. But anyway, I like the drama.
Drama llama.
Drama llama. It's a bit of excitement, isn't it? It's like, oh my god, what's Anakin gonna do to him? And then Padme's there like, why are you fighting? Yeah. Anyway, we can talk about Clone Wars arcs in another episode. Okay. So today's episode, we are talking about the Separatists.
I just realised it's not a very good picture. His face.
It's Count Dooku. It's fine. I'm talking about Count Dooku, and Will's going to talk about the robot dude that I still can't remember his name.
How many times have I said it on this episode?
What?
Tambor.
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 I keep going to say what Tambor.
What Tambor? Oh no, it's what Tambor.
Because he's like a robot. Anyway, I'm starting off with Count Dooku. Okay, so Count Dooku was born on the planet Sereno, which was in the Outer Rim territories.
It's like bedtime stories.
Maybe we should do that, like Star Wars bedtime. Who knows? Maybe some people put this on before bed and go sleep to us chat about Rush Clovis and Betty.
And then he had his head chopped off. Yeah.
I'm getting there. So Count Dooku was 1.93 meters in height.
Okay. You got the giggles.
Yeah. Okay. So he was born in 102 BBY. So if you don't know what BBY is, it's before the Battle of Yavin, which is essentially episode 4. So
I'm trying to think when
he was born during the High Republic era. Which I didn't realise, but then kind of makes sense.
I think the Acolyte's 100 BBY. So
he's born a bit after the Acolyte. But anyway, So it's probably sort of the end of the High Republic era, really, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
So Dooku was abandoned by his family on Sereno. So he basically got taken in by the Jedi and learned the Jedi arts by none other than Grandmaster Yoda. Which I think a lot of people don't know, that Count Dooku was taught by Yoda.
Well, I'm pretty sure they mention it in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, but you know, if we're doing like Star Wars pub quiz, if someone says who taught Count Dooku, I feel like not many people would know it would be Yoda.
Well, I think people would either say like Yoda or Yaddle.
Yeah. I don't know. But I mean, I didn't think it was very known fact. But anyway. So he was taught by Master Yoda, and he served as a Jedi of the Galactic Republic, and later a Count of House Sereno. So originally he wasn't Count Dooku.
He was Dooku.
He was just Dooku. I don't know if he's got a surname. It's just Dooku on every website, so I guess just Dooku. So House Sereno is basically like the rulers of his home planet. So his planet, Sereno, was named after these like rulers.
So that's like me ruling a planet and the planet being called Will.
Yeah. But so he was the count of that planet.
Very cool.
I
just realised that.
Mhm.
I think another reason why they did that.
Why?
What is Christopher Lee's most iconic role?
Count Dracula. Yeah.
Count Dracula.
That's.
I reckon that's like a little
nod to him.
To his like previous role.
So basically in 42 BBY, Dooku left the Jedi Order because he became dissatisfied with the Jedi, and he returned to his homeworld, Sereno, where he reclaimed the title of Count. So he basically was the Count and then left.
Wait.
Became Count.
Wait.
What?
Is that? No, yes, BBY. That's got to be.
BBY.
No, because I was just thinking in my head, I was like, I swear he left like later because obviously he left the Order during like Phantom Menace.
Mm-hmm.
Or like literally at the end of Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Because he goes to the tree and he's like,
yeah.
Qui-Gon's dead.
Yeah.
So. My bad.
He overthrew his corrupt brother, Ramil. I didn't know he had a brother. There's no pictures of his brother, so I don't know what he looks like, but apparently he's got a brother called Ramil. And his peers thought the decision was misguided, but he was held in high esteem to all people on Sereno. He fell to the dark side and became Darth Tyrannus under order of Darth Sidious, which is Palpatine. Oh my god!
What?
So he was Darth Sidious's second apprentice, after obviously Darth Maul. And Sidious's plan to conquer the galaxy relied on Dooku leading movements against the Republic. Dooku became the head of the Confederacy of Independent Systems during the Clone Wars. So we all know he led the droids. Dooku fully immersed himself into the dark side of the Force and even trained General Grievous and Asajj Ventress. But obviously you had like the rule of two. I mean, General Grievous was never really a Sith because he was a robot. But with Ventress, he wanted to stick with the rule of two made by Darth Bane, and eventually was going to overthrow her with Savage, and then eventually Quinlan Vos. But obviously that never happened.
Wait, no, because Palpatine learned that Asajj was becoming too powerful,
mm-hmm.
and was like, you got to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
you can't have this ruler too. Like, you're trying to. You can't have your own apprentice.
Mhm.
So she got rid. So he got rid of her,
And tried to get Savage.
and then he had Savage.
Mhm.
But then that was the whole plan from Mother Talza.
Mother
And
tells him,
Assange Ventress anyway.
Yeah.
So
it's all a bit
it's all confusing.
But eventually he was going to have Quinlan Voss as his apprentice.
Yes, because it was in one of the Dark Disciples novel.
Mm-hmm. So obviously Count Dooku, when he was Count of Sereno, he secretly conspired with Darth Sidious, and after the death of Qui-Gon Jinn at the Battle of Naboo in 32 BBY, Dooku battled Yaddle and embraced the dark side throughout the first decade of the Clone Wars. Dooku basically assault star systems to recruit under Separatist calls. So, we sort of see this, like they're sort of trying to take over the Republic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. He oversaw the development of 2 armies, one being the Separatist Droid Army, and one being the Grand Army of the Republic. So, obviously, if you've seen all the films and stuff, you'll know that Kamino got took off the system in the Jedi Archives, and that was Count Dooku. And we got to see that in
Tales of the
Jedi. We got to see him clear the archives. He also recruited Jango Fett to become the template for the clone troopers, which a lot of people, I don't think, realise that Count
What I
Dooku
was saying
did
that is because when Kenobi sees Django, he's like, I was hired by a man named Tyrannus.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So if you know your Darth names, then you'll know that was Count Dooku. So yeah, I don't know if I said that already, but his name given by Darth Sidious to Count Dooku was Darth Tyrannus. So whenever you hear Darth Tyrannus, that's Dooku. Basically, throughout the Clone Wars, he worked hard to make Palpatine's plan happen, but little did he know he was merely a pawn of his master and later beheaded by Anakin Skywalker under order by no other than Palpatine himself.
Do it.
So yeah, I think there is a lot more like in-depth stories of like certain missions and stuff with him, but
yeah, when he gets
I've just
captured
sort of stuck
by Honda.
I've stuck to the like basic story behind Count Dooku.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know a lot of that you see in the films anyway, but in case any of you missed any details,
Yep.
Then there you go.
And his curved lightsaber.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. And also, it's like how Ventress had a curved lightsaber as well, to sort of like match her masters.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is like a reoccurring theme in like a lot of Jedi. Their lightsabers are so similar to their masters.
Yeah.
Like Qui-Gon Jinn's.
And Obi-Wan's first one.
Yeah. The second one's quite different, but
yeah, that was like after his master.
Yeah. And then Luke made his second lightsaber like Kenobi's as well.
Well, technically his first lightsaber.
Yeah, because his first one was Anakin's. It wasn't technically his.
No.
So yeah.
Very good, very good.
So Ventress had one like Dooku. Well, she had two.
Yep.
Because she could join them together. Anyway, that's basically the story of Count Dooku.
Very good.
Obviously, if you've seen Revenge of the Sith, then you know how he gets beheaded with two lightsabers.
Yeah.
And he also cut off, in this scene, he cuts off Anakin's arm as well. So he's very skilled. I mean, being that he was a Jedi and he was trained by Yoda.
Yeah, but it's also like his form and technique.
And also, I think
different.
knowing that he was trained by Yoda makes the scene in Attack of the Clones even more special when Yoda comes to fight him. Like, he's fighting his own master.
Mm-hmm.
Similar sort of thing to like Obi-Wan and Anakin. You know, he's fighting his own master, but yeah, he's fallen to the dark side.
Very good.
Anyway, moving on to Wat Tambor.
What Tambot is he calling? So this is what?
Wat Tambor.
What's up?
He's, how do you describe him? He's got a green head and like some goggles, and then he's got a metal sort of body and like some sort of metal breathing apparatus, and he's got these like twisty cogs on his chest.
Well, there is a purpose for that.
Mm-hmm.
So are we ready?
Yes.
So he comes from the planet. It's one of these weird like Skako.
Mm-hmm.
There's also Skako Minor.
Mm-hmm.
But he is a the planet or the species that he's a Skakoan.
Mm-hmm.
So basically the reason that they have this suit, right, is all Skakoans have they come on the planet Skako.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this heavy sort of gas thing that they like breathe in and all that.
Yeah.
And I think I'll double check when I go over it in a bit, but it's like when they leave Skako, they need these like pressurized suits to live and function. But yes, he is seen in Attack of the Clones. His famous line in it is, "The Techno Union Army." Gets his signal back, he twists his little dials, and he's like, "Is at your disposal, Count."
Mm-hmm.
So he's joined the ranks. Did you know he's quite tall? How tall do you reckon Watt is?
6 foot.
6'6".
Oh wow!
He's
Very tall.
1.98 meters.
Oh.
So he's a biggie.
He's a biggie.
He was born approximately 97 BBY.
Mm-hmm.
And he died, which we'll go into in a bit, 19 BBY on Mustafa.
Yeah.
So he's part of the Tambor family. He had a son, Wat Tambor II.
That's funny. You couldn't come up with a name, I guess.
He's like, Wat Tambor II? That'll do. So he was the foreman of the Techno Union, and obviously, you know, they were quite technological advanced beings, you know, and they did lots of like droids and their own stuff, you know what I mean. So he was a foreman of the Techno Union and an executive of the Bactoid Armor Workshop.
Mm-hmm.
So during the crisis that we see here in this scene, he pledges the Techno Union's resources to the Separatists, or the CIS, is a sort of confederacy of independent systems.
Yeah.
And by doing that, he earned himself a seat on the Separatist Council, which we see here. So there's him, Pogo. Pogo.
I thought it was Poggle that I said.
I know, but I call him Pogo. It's Pogo. Newt, you know, all them lot.
Yeah.
We do actually see he's a bit of a, especially in the Clone Wars, like you mentioned with Echo, he's a bit of a not a nice person.
He's a baddie.
So during the Clone Wars, in the conflict's early days, Tambor was appointed Emir of Ryloth, because obviously the Separatists took over Ryloth and he supervised its occupation. So he was actually on Ryloth. and he was dealing with the freedom fighters led by Cham Sindula.
Mhm.
But he was like just there to take all their sort of precious artifacts and wealth. Now, did you know? I think I've mentioned this to you before because you didn't know what it was.
Mhm.
But in the episode where he's like when he's like getting the droids to carry all his stuff to the ship,
Mhm.
the slaves are carrying the Ark of the Covenant from Indiana Jones.
Oh, okay.
They're carrying it onto the ship.
Mhm.
Little Easter egg that was put in, but to basically say he was an owner of the Ark of the Covenant, which is quite cool.
It's like in Indiana Jones where you see like a hieroglyph in the background. It's R2D2.
Yeah, they kept doing little nods to each other throughout the franchise. Yeah. So basically, after defying orders, he was like, "I'm not ready to leave." And the droids and Dooku were like, "No, you got to get out. You've lost."
Yep.
He was captured by the Republic, and he was actually spent some time imprisoned on Coruscant for a bit. But then he was liberated later in the conflict. So, as the Clone Wars escalated, Tambor took an interest in the captive of ARC Trooper CT-1409. Do you know who that is?
Echo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just checking. Just checking you know your clones.
I was like, hold on. You didn't say Echo.
I know. So basically, he'd been captured during a battle in the Citadel, but was presumed dead.
Yeah.
Tambor kept an unconscious Echo in a stasis chamber and managed to extract information from Echo's mind to use as an algorithm consisting of strategies devised by Echo and of Rex, because obviously they were 501st, so you know that's why they were so good.
Seeing that bit, it was so sad.
It was. While officially professing the Techno Union's neutrality, so basically being like, I'm not part of the Separatists, but was. He sold the algorithm to Admiral Trench.
Yeah,
like spider-looking guy.
The one that Anakin chopped his.
Yeah.
What was it?
It's like pincers.
Yeah. Chopped them off, and then he came back, and they were all like robotic ones.
No, the reason they came back and they were robotic is because in like the first episode that we see in the timeline, they're going up against Trench, and they got the stealth ship, and the rockets come back and like blow up the ship.
Oh, okay.
And that's why. But yeah, going back to our mate here, what's he?
Tambor.
So yes, so he used Trent used the algorithm to great advantage, making the most of it. But when it came to dealing with the Separatists, his plan was discovered by Rex, Anakin, and Clone Force 99 when they rescued Echo from him. So that basically put an end to that. During the final days of the Clone Wars, Tambor and the rest of the Separatist Council relocated from the planet Utapau to Mustafar, where they were slain by Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Now, do you know what's claim to fame is?
No.
He is in one of the most iconic scenes.
Yeah.
He's at the end of the table when Anakin goes to slaughter. I believe as well, looking it up when I was doing my sort of research and that, there's actually a deleted scene which shows Anakin like killing what. But yeah.
Oh my gosh.
A deleted scene, but I mean, you know he didn't survive it.
Yeah.
He's at the end of the table being like, of course Anakin's gonna
Yeah.
finish you off. Especially when Anakin is like this.
Mm-hmm. Stiff eyes and everything.
Oh, evil.
We love Revenge of the Sith.
Oh yeah. You know, thinking back at this scene now, it is a bit weird that like what Tambor's just down there in the end and Anakin's just like looking at the camera, like turns to look at the camera like,
I think it's
look
just
what I'm about to do.
I think it's just a scene where like you get to see his Sith eyes.
Yeah, I know that, but it's just like it's
Yeah.
just funny now looking back where it's like he's just like taking a break mid slaughter to be like, you ready? Are you ready? After obviously the death of Watt and the rise of the Galactic Empire, all the Techno Union's assets were absorbed by the Empire. So, yeah. Basically, when he was younger, oh boy, where is it?
No.
He left the planet Skako at an early age and began a career in technology on the harsh industrial planet of Mattlehorn. He eventually became foreman of the Techno Union, a powerful commercial body that made massive profits from developing new technologies, and an executive of Factoid Armor Workshop, an arms manufacturer, which, as you can imagine, made him very wealthy. His son here says he went into politics, which I find quite funny, to be fair.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to find the bit where it says about the masks, the like suit.
Yeah. Because it does look a bit weird, doesn't it? It almost looks like a
It's basically a pressurized suit.
Yeah.
So they were bipedal sentinel species. So you know what that means. I don't need to go into detail. Sorry, I just had it then. Right, so the key difference between Skakoans and most other species was the fact that they could sustain their metabolism with atmospheric methane at the proper pressure. These conditions could be found in their homeworld of Skako. So on Skako, it's like you don't need the suit, really.
Yeah.
But in other environments, Skakoans generally needed to wear a full pressure suit to provide methane at the correct pressure for them to survive. Due to pressure requirements, rebreathers were not enough to sustain Skakoans, Skakoans, so we call them.
Yeah.
Where was it? I just lost it. Skakoans generally needed to wear a full pressure suit to provide blah blah blah. Due to the pressure requirements, rebreathers were not enough to survive, to sustain them without a suit. Members of the species, oh dear, without a suit, members of the species would explode in a standard oxygen-based atmosphere, as well as methane. Skakoans breathed hydrogen sulfide and could consume liquid foodstuff. But yeah, that's why they need the suit.
How would he eat?
It's fine.
I guess there must be like some sort of thing on his outfit that you could like pour in the liquid food stuff.
Well, basically, when it comes, so like you said, when he's like, he starts dialing with the thing. Basically, like he's had to readjust the pressure.
Yeah.
In the suit, basically. So, yeah, that's sort of about it, really. I mean, he's not the most interesting guy, but I still like the fact he was the last one.
Yeah.
at the council of the Separatist Council alive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, it didn't mean anything to him at the end of the day, but
Mm-hmm.
I still think that's quite a cool achievement. He was the last one.
Yeah.
There he is. Chilling.
I mean, Anakin started off the killing of the Separatists quite early, really, didn't he? With Count Dooku.
Well, he killed a few in killed a few everywhere, really.
No, I mean like the members of the council, the Separatist council.
True. Count Dooku, and then he went on for the rest.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we never actually see like Poggle get killed, I don't think. But
I'm pretty sure we do. I think Poggle's Poggo. Good old Poggo.
I'm not sure. But yeah.
Wait, was he? No, because if you remember, I don't know if it's canon, but he escaped, and he's a mission on the 501st Battlefront 2.
Oh, okay.
There's like that Poggo Nalessa escaped.
Yeah.
Hunt him down.
I remember that now.
I can't remember what planet he escaped to, but
Well, I don't know if it's canon, but yeah.
I definitely know that you hunt him down as the 501st.
Now that you've said that, I remember that
Yeah.
dialogue.
There you go, see? I'm on it.
You jogged the memory.
But yeah, that's really it for the episode, isn't it? We do have a meme of the week.
We do.
So this is taken from like one of the. I don't really want to give too much away, in case it's a spoiler for something else.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, there's a girl, and she's like, "Did you do it?" And then it's a clone saying, "We've captured a command post." And then it's like, "What did it cost?"
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "We've lost a command post." Used to get that a lot in Battlefront 2.
Because you capture one and then you lose the last one that you captured. And you're like, great. There's too many command posts.
that was a regular. You
Yep.
you capture one. You're like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's like, we've lost a command post. It's like, oh, you idiots! Why didn't you defend it?
I was never that great at Battlefront.
I loved it. One of my favourite games, that one.
I'm just not a very good gamer.
She's better than you think.
No.
She is. She's a lot better. Well, we hope you've enjoyed that one. I mean, yeah, there wasn't like a load to talk about, but you know, I think hopefully you've learned something.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
So go check out What Tambot.
I definitely learned more about What Tambot today and why he wears his suit.
Excuse me, what?
What Tambot? What is he called?
What Tambor? B-O-R.
What Tambor?
Next it'd be What Tamboo.
Don't get me started.
Well, there you go.
At least Count Dooku's easy.
Count Dooku. But yeah, so that's going to be it from us, guys. We hope you've enjoyed the episode. We will see you on the next episode. So from us, guys, may the Force be with you.